guys, welcome back to Toon Duelists. In this video I'm going to show you a basic combo of a pure Magnet Warrior deck profile, and afterwards we're gonna draw some test hands to show you how this deck really performs. If you haven't already, don't forget to check out the deck profile so you know what I'm working with right here, because yeah, I decided to play this deck pure. I know a lot of other players combine it with Fiendsmith or something like that. Well, first of all, I love to play decks pure. I think Magnet Warriors are really powerful if you play them pure. You have more space for non-engine, for example. So yeah, that's the reason I decided to play it pure. Of course, if you want to know how this deck really performs, check out the Nexus replay so you can see it in action. Guys, also don't forget to check out our Twitch channel and of course our Instagram channel. And before we dive right in, don't forget to like and subscribe. This would really help us a lot. It's one small click for you, but means the world to us, of course. And guys, without further ado, let's dive right into it. Alright guys, as the loyal subscribers that you all are, of course, you know that we always start with the basic combo, and this time it's a one-card combo needing only your linear Magnum plus minus. What you're gonna do is you activate its effect, and then you wanna dump, obviously, one beta and your Sigma plus. You dump those two, and this one hits the field. Then Sigma plus effects activates, and you bring back your Beta. Beta effect activates to search a Magnet Warrior, and you wanna search for Sigma minus. With Sigma minus, you activate its effect in your hand. You fuse away those two to go into your fusion play right here. It has an on-summon effect and searches Magnet Bonding right here. Now you activate Magnet Bonding to search for your Epsilon right here. Now you want to use your effect of Plasma Magnum. You want to dump your Telusion to get an additional normal summon. Remember, we haven't normal summoned yet so far, to bring out Epsilon. Now you activate Epsilon's effect. You want to dump, very important, your Omega. You dump your Omega to bring back from your grave your Beta. Now you activate the effect of Omega. You crush your plus minus to bring back Omega. By the way, this will activate your effect of the plus minus, so you can actually add it back to your hand, which is insanely good. Next thing you want to do is go into an Xyz play and go into your Gallant Granite. Next up, you detach a material. I'd always go for Omega to search your Researcher. You can now special summon your Researcher, because you control a rock monster, obviously, and now you can even activate your Researcher's effect. Now, obviously, you have a chance of hitting a Magnet Warrior. We would have hit one, for example, right here, but let's say we just didn't. We're gonna get to the point where I can explain what you would do with this one, but let's say we didn't even hit anything. This would mean we go into a Naturia Beast with those. And obviously, what you can do finally is bring out Telusion by banishing a Sigma minus and a Sigma plus, and this is basically your end board. Now, let's say if you hit something with your Researcher, we hit Sigma minus, and this one is on the field. Great thing, you could use the effect, dump another Magnet Warrior, but it's not really necessary. And another thing we could do now is, of course, use those two to go into something like, for example, an IP Masquerena. So you just have another play. So with this basic combo, you have endless spell negates, you have a taking control of a monster, all of your opponent's monsters are Earth. This can be devastating. You have an IP, so you can go into an SP anytime, basically. Don't forget a very powerful thing. If you use Telusion's effect to take control of a monster, you can use it for your IP Masquerena. And of course, you can always tribute your Telusion to bring back Sigma plus and Sigma minus. And while your fusion is on the field, this means you choose the attack target, so you can protect Naturia Beast very good this way. And you also can just negate straight up one attack. Also, for follow-up, you still have your plus minus in hand, so you can just start another combo. It is a very powerful one-card combo right here. You can see amazing deck actually, but I'm about to show you what you can do with not only one but 5 cards in our test hands. Alright guys, test hand number 1. This is gonna be fun. Let's see what we can do with those 5 right here. Oh boy, this is tough, but it is actually doable. So 4 non-engine, but we've drawn into Nibiru. That's lucky because now we can use the effect of Magnet Warrior Sigma minus. We can actually fuse Nibiru and itself to go into our Plasma. Now we activate Plasma's effect to search magnet bonding, obviously. Now you basically need to use it right away to search a linear magnum because we have way too less monsters on the field and in the grave to do anything crazy. So we need to use it to give this search, and we activate plus minus, obviously. And one card you always want to dump, because obviously you want to extend, is of course your Sigma plus, and the other one is obviously going to be your Beta. So you dump those two and you special summon your linear magnum plus minus. This will activate Sigma plus effect, and you can special summon back Beta. And now with Beta you can search a Magnet Warrior. You want to search your Epsilon right here, probably your best bet. And now you want to use, still no normal summon, your Plasma effect to get this normal summon. You want to dump Delusion to normal summon Epsilon. Epsilon's effect will activate. You can now foolish your Omega into the grave to bring back. In this scenario, actually, I would probably bring back Sigma minus, because now we have the on-summon effect of Sigma minus. We can dump one of our other level 8s, for example, Valkyrian. Just a little setup so you can go into your Empyrean Magnum in upcoming turns, of course. Now, what you can do next is actually use those two for... but do you really want... Yes, you do. You want to. You're gonna go into a Gallant Granite. With your Gallant Granite, you want to search... You get rid of Sigma minus. You want to search, obviously, your Researcher. Now, what you can do now is link those two away. Yes, that's probably the best idea. To go into a Cross Sheep. Important thing, it points to a fusion monster already, so that's the great part. Now we want to special summon Researcher. Just by special summoning, Cross Sheep activates, so you can bring back a level 4 monster from your graveyard. Now, what you actually want to bring back, well, it's up to you. I guess Omega Plus would be a great choice. You can special summon it, but you would need to tribute a monster, so it's basically the same. We use the effect of Epsilon, of Sigma minus. Well, Sigma Plus might be a good idea, but actually bring back Omega. Probably the best thing you can do. Now we can also activate Researcher. Let's see if we're lucky. We go through 5. And here we have a Beta, so we bring out another Beta. We can't use the effect, obviously, but that's not a problem at all. Next up, we use those two to obviously go into one of the best cards, Naturia Beast right here. And now with the remaining 2. Now, it's up to you basically if you want to keep your Omega Plus, because we will eventually activate the effect of an Earth monster. All our monsters are Earth. Now, you have a spare Beta right here and a Cross Sheep. So what do you want to do with this? You're not locked in any reason. So basically, yeah, I guess the best part about this, or the best option, would be an IP. Most flexible in this specific scenario. You can also go straight up into SP, but why would you? So probably IP best choice. And obviously you don't want to forget to bring back your Delusion. Of course, oh, sorry, cost. You obviously banish minus and plus, the 2 Sigmas, to bring out Delusion. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is your end board. Now, what do we have right here? Everything is Earth. We can book a monster whenever our Earth monster activates its effect. Endless spell negates right here, taking control of a monster. IP for quick shenanigans, for example, SP, you know the deal. You can also just straight up tribute this, bring those 2 back to get full control over battle. Choose the targets, negate an attack. It's amazing. Then you have hand traps. You have an Imperm, you have Fuva. Okay, Fuva is pretty basically useless, should have dropped this right away. And you have a Ghost Spell or Dominus Purge, up to you. Keep in mind, if you play Dominus Purge, your IP is dead. So watch out for this one. You want to activate IP probably before you use Purge. But guys, what can I say? You can see it for yourself. Amazing end board right here. And remember, with a pretty bad hand actually, 4 non-engine and just 1 Sigma minus, and we got this end board. Alrighty guys, first one was amazing, even though we had actually not a good hand. Let's see what Test Hand 2 can do with those 5 right here. Okay, that's interesting. So we put the hand traps aside, we don't need this. Berserkion in hand, we can use this. Let me think about it real quick. Well, basically, it is, as it always is, you have no way around using your bond to search Linear Magnum. You need it, it's your best starter. Obviously, you use your plus-minus, obviously, again. And one thing you always want to get rid of is, obviously, it's basically most of the time Beta and Sigma plus. Let's be honest right here. All right, this one hits the field. Sigma plus effect activates, we bring back Beta. Beta's on-summon effect activates, and we can search, and we are gonna search for Sigma minus right here. Now we're actually in a pretty cool spot, because now we can go into Empyrean Magnum. Let me show you how. You use your Sigma minus. You fuse Berserkion and Sigma minus to go into your Plasma. On-summon effect, you search another bonding, which is amazing. And now you can use the effect of your Plasma. You dump a level 8, which would be Valkyrion, to get another normal summon of Epsilon, obviously. Epsilon's on-summon effect will activate, and you always basically want to dump Omega because it is a potential extender, obviously. And with Epsilon, you can bring back, let's say, your, doesn't really matter, Sigma minus. Why not? Next thing you want to do, I misplayed a little with the zones right here, I guess, but we're still in the game, it's no problem. We're gonna use those two. We use them to go into Gallant Granite, obviously. I didn't use this one, no I didn't. Now we use Gallant Granite, let's say Sigma, a way to search Researcher. Now, next thing you want to do is special summon Researcher. Researcher effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you can't be lucky all the time, no problem. Next thing you want to do is use those two for your little cross sheep. It already points to a fusion monster. Now we synchro summon and go into Naturia Beast. This will now activate Cross Sheep, and from our grave we can now bring back, basically it is the same as last time, Omega Plus is the best bet right here. But the thing we can do now is pretty amazing in my opinion, because we can now use Magnetic Bond, or Magnet Bonding? Magnet Bonding, right? To shuffle back Valkyrion and Berserkion to bring out our Empyrean Magnum, aka Omni Negate, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where we end. Now we don't have a Telusion, as you can see, but we could have. We could have had an Telusion, actually, if I think about it. I didn't use Sigma's on-summon effect, did I? I didn't use its on-summon effect. We could also have a Telusion, right? I did bring this back, and on summon we could have dumped a Telusion, and we could now summon Telusion. Now, I'm gonna do it. If I rewatch this and cut the video, I'm gonna check if I'm really right, but I think we can even bring out Telusion in this board. If not, just ignore this, but I think we can. I think we do. Now, anyways, even Telusion, you know what it does, no? Can take control of a monster, pretty cool. Now, what we have on this field right here. Basically, if you want to keep Cross Sheep, it's up to you. Do you want to keep the booking, or do you want it to become an IP? Actually, I'd go with IP probably, for 2 reasons. Cross Sheep is basically dead. You won't be able to bring one of those, or none of those will leave this position, so you don't have another summon. Of course, booking, nice, but IP is just as powerful, even more powerful with SP actually. And now Telusion is live, so you can actually bring back both. So, what do we have right here? Everything is Earth, IP, SP, shenanigans, endless spell negates, Omni negate right here. If he bounces or destroys this by card effect actually, or if it leaves the field by card effect, you bring back both big warriors. It's just amazing. And then of course taking control and of course tagging out for your attack control and your negate and ghost spell / purge and an Ash Blossom right here. Once again guys, amazing end board. With or without Telusion, it's amazing nonetheless. Alright guys, test hand number 3, third and final test hand. Let's see. Oof. Okay, 2 draw, 1 nip. I'm so lucky. Now, but we can actually work with this. It's not perfect, but we can. Normal summon better, effect better. You obviously want to search Sigma minus. That's the best bet. You use Sigma minus, fuse those two to go into Plasma. Chain 1, chain 2. This one brings back Sigma minus right here. This one searches a bonding. Sigma minus effect, you obviously... It depends now. You could, of course, dump one, obviously you want to dump one of your level 8s. The question is, Telusion or Berserkion / Valkyrian, will we be able to bring out our Empyrean Magnum? That's the big question right here. Thing is, to bring out Empyrean Magnum, you always need a bonding to fusion summon. We have already searched our bonding, so there's no second bonding for us this turn, so actually go with Telusion. Foolish Telusion with your minus, it's the safer play right here, even though I always love to bring out the Empyrean Magnum, obviously. Now you obviously want to search with your magnet bonding. And you obviously, we didn't play it so far, use Linear Magnum. Now, interesting thing, normally you would of course dump Sigma plus, you can't this turn, but you can dump other very interesting things. For example, your Omega and your Epsilon. This will be interesting. You dump those two, special summon Linear Magnum. Now, what you can do next is use the effect of your Omega. Crush this one, special summon it, and this one adds itself back to the field. Next up, you use those two to go into a Gallant Granite, obviously. We dump our Sigma minus, I think. Yes, we want to be able to bring out Illusion, so that's the way. And we search Researcher. Now, give the deck a good shuffle because we're about to special summon. Special summon Researcher, effect Researcher. Ah, come on. Nah, okay, that was nothing. All right, you can't always be lucky. Next thing you can only do actually is use those two, go into Naturia Beast, and this is not it. We can also, of course, bring out Illusion. Swoop, and there it is. And that's, let me check, but yeah, that's all we can do. If we would have been able to bring out Cross Sheep, would have been amazing. But yeah, that's what it is. And what do we have on field in the end? Everything is Earth, don't underestimate this. Useless Granite, endless spell negates, taking control of a monster, plus total battle control. You choose the targets, you can negate. We have Droll, we have a Nib. So, alright guys, that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, definitely leave a like and a subscription. This would really help us a lot. It's one small click for you, means the world to us, of course. Then obviously, don't forget to let me know what you think about this deck profile and of course the combos and test hands. We always love to read and answer your comments, and it's just great how many great ideas some of you have. So yeah, we just love to stay in touch with you that way. Then of course, if you want the full Magnet Warrior experience, don't forget to check out the deck profile as well as the Nexus replays. And also if you want to further support us, check out our socials, our Twitch channel, our Instagram channel with the links in the description. And yeah guys, thank you so much for listening and watching, and until next time, Have a good one.